Hello. Me too. I didn't get to go in it yet. I felt a sudden, really strong, can't even explain it. It's like my heart hurt suddenly. Like burden. And I needed to go and see Dave. And because I didn't like how I felt. And that, as I was feeling this way, I was getting a text message from his daughter in California, from the other side of the country. And when I read that message, I was like, well, that explains why I felt that way. I mean, that would be, it made me act right away. The things, like, I'm not a logical thinker. So naturally, I don't respond in a logical manner, but I did respond, and I showed up at the hospital, and I was like, I need the CEO. My first route is, okay, AMA. But thankfully, the person who, the charge nurse, was polite in her response. And I was like, I don't want it. I don't want this. I mean, I want him to be healthy. And I want him to be happy. Oh, did I forgot to block that bitch from California. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. That bitch. No, actually, I'll make up a word for her. She'll have to earn her trust back. I can't believe I can't even believe I was even. Why am I nice? It's like reaching out to her on, you know, and is like saying, hi, here's Snake, here is a rat. You can play with the rat. Of course, that doesn't really paint the picture of the actually, it doesn't paint the picture of the true intent, because you don't see the person as being the snake, but it's I actually did that on purpose, but you know. I just got home, like, yeah, it is big, but I don't want to talk about it until I can get in it and be happy about it. I don't even walk in there yet. Not without Dave to see it. This, I thought, I would like terrible things for that bitch in California. Now I know. Dave was right all along. And I told her, I said that, actually I should look that up. I meant it, so I shouldn't retract it. No way. I should plug this right back in now. I texted her. I'm never gonna tell my mom what I texted. She'd be like, Jamie. I said, your lack of interest for 20 years was mutual. Block your ass. Yes. I've read that piece of shit's name on that board. I wiped it off. It's not easy to wipe off that whiteboard. It's not easy to do that. But I did. I tried, and I made my fingerprint all across it. Like that song. I'm gonna listen to that song. I dug the keys into that side of that piece of door. That's my anger. Yeah, I feel that. I think I can now relate to that song in a different way. Digging your keys into someone's door. No, but I called one, and I was like, that blah. And then Dave is talking to me, and he's like, blah, 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 and I was like, I know it. People don't have to talk normal in order to get through life. But then somebody come along and they see like maybe dollar signs or something, and then revenge or something. And here I am just giving her the opportunity to destroy everything. When the lack of interest was mutual. See, Dave didn't talk to her. She never called. The last 2 years, she has not called. No Christmas. See, she was mad he even is here. She probably went looking for my YouTube channel but didn't find it because I had deleted it. That previous YouTube channel live streamed the previous episode of Dave in the hospital, where he actually got out. This won't happen again. I will never, ever, ever, never trust a hospital to actually care for the people, who are transported by ambulance. Never again. Never. No hospital is good. But I'm not done. I'm not giving up. But it doesn't matter. No hospital is good. I will never trust a hospital. Never. Never even call in an ambulance. Never. It's not the ones like me. I mean, I wouldn't get stuck in that situation. Only Dave, because he has a certain type of insurance, and they like that. Those money-hungry bastards. But he walked those extra steps today for me. I felt it was for me. In the physical therapy, he walked and walked and walked and walked and walked and walked, and he would have kept going if the physical therapist was like, no, you probably should stop now. The doctor came in and said, who is she? And Dave said Jamie Gilmour. But that was right after I called the CEO. I didn't speak to the CEO. I spoke to someone else. Her name was Rhonda, and she was nice. She said, I'm going to transfer you to the patient experience, and suddenly people show up. But I don't know, as far as all that is, I mean, I didn't even pay any attention to who's who. I just figured I was going to get a phone call. And I was going to also be there with Dave the whole time. I was fed up. I was thinking, at this point, I'm at a point where it's AMA or CEO. And so I chose CEO. Anyway, a doctor showed up and she sat down in outside the window. I didn't pay any attention. Turns out I was glad she was the doctor, 'cause she was there the whole time. Probably heard me talking to Dave and just the conversations. She sat there for about 30 minutes, in which was I was very happy to know. When she came in there in the room after sitting outside there for 30 minutes, and she asked who I was, and he said who I was, I think she mentioned the name of his daughter, and he said who, and oh my gosh, I wanted to I think I smiled. I think I smiled. I just kind of sat in the chair and just a great big sigh of relief to hear him say, who? Anyway, I didn't care about all that legal jumbo bumbo stuff. I was like, I just care about him. I don't know what little obstacles this medical language this person he does not communicate with has chosen to use. Like she knows the medical stuff. She's in the medical field. I'll give you that information soon, so you can research that, since she's very proud of her medical knowledge in California. His love for her is mutual. You know, she didn't even all of a sudden she's like wanting full control. She only, I don't think I can. No, I don't think, but I'm gonna give you just a glimpse. Oh, I took some video of, actually I'm glad I did. I took a video. He doesn't like sweet tea. Why the hell was there sweet tea in this little thing? Yesterday it was that exact same amount, and I remember it because I was like, it looks gross, it looks dark, and so I was like, what is this? Have you been drinking it? And he was like, yeah. And so there was the water bottle, and I was like, this looks exactly the same as it did yesterday. I took a picture. Oh wait, I'm gonna plug this back in. I keep unplugging. Wonder if it'll show up. I can zoom in, show the picture. Alright. And you can just take a nice look at that mug there. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Well, that stuff at the very, very bottom right there, along with my finger. My finger has a little bit of paint on it. But that little dark stuff was there last night, and I was like, this probably smells really bad now. So I opened it, and I sniffed. I was like, you don't drink tea. And so all along, that was tea in there, and so here's what I did. I'm recording, okay? What do you want? Do you want to go home? No. I'm not going to show it to you, though. You do? Or then... So you want some of that tea? Do you want some of this tea? I don't like tea. That's what I thought. Yep. So I just, I wanted to record that reaction before I filled it. Before I filled it with water. It looked like a pea pan in the actual sink, though. But that's okay. I avoided that thing. There was no pea in it, but it looked like one. Or a throw-up thing. You know, one of those little things I would put pencils in. A pea pan. I think they look different. Never mind. Anyway. And right after I took that video and set my phone down, someone walks in. It's funny how that works. Anywho, I decided I was going to take a picture. I was just going to be bold and take a picture. That's Dave. He's watching the TV. Isn't he handsome? I actually think that it's a good picture. Focus. Oh well. It'll focus. And that nice water bottle, still full. Of course he's gonna be confused. That's what happens when you're dehydrated and you don't like tea. Imagine him taking a sip of that. Of course it's gonna sit there. So I filled it up with water, or encouraged him to drink it, and he did. Of course, I had to encourage him a couple of times, but hey, just a little reminder. It is this little, that's the hospital name. It's in Glenn County, Georgia. If you want to Never go there. We were so certain that would be so much better than the last experience. It is better than the last. It's not better than anything. Nothing is better. No hospital is better. Aura is better. Heck, just don't go anywhere. Stay home. Stay the hell home. Don't go anywhere. My goodness. I was like, if you ever get out of here, if ever there's an opportunity, I am never gonna ever let go of your hand, and we're gonna walk everywhere together. But that physical therapist was like so shocked and so excited. He even went and counted the steps, and he went back and forth a couple of times. Dave actually went out. He was like, I haven't even started. Let's go some more. And I think the physical therapist was a little bit like, okay, well, I need to go to the next patient. And Dave's like, so let's go. I was like, no. See, I have PTSD with catheters. Any kind of catheter thingy, PTSD. Even with when I was a nurse's assistant, I couldn't do that. No, I couldn't. I couldn't handle those, in the trach too. could not handle that. I was scared to even, but thankfully I kind of am a little bit over the PTSD of with the catheters. I don't think I could see one. And I could not, the cord is okay. But, yeah. I guess the AMA thing can't be legal because they would have called security and had me leave. So I just sat there and just stared at him. And he stared at me. I think he knew I knew that I think we both felt the same thing. I almost wanted to say, will you marry me? But then I was like, no, that's not, that would be stupid. Because that's not a good reason, There's a reason for everything, and that wouldn't work. That would not work. That would not be the best idea. I'm saying, he's like a dad. Will you marry me? I mean, hell, I can't just become somebody's legit daughter. He left his own daughter in California. Wanted nothing to do with her. She wanted nothing to do with him. She was just, all she wanted was, around Christmas time, it's like all about this and that and this and that, blah blah. He hated it. He hated California, and he hated Christmas because it was all about spending so much money and shopping and yep. So when he got up and walked around and then he mentioned his hip, I was like, oh yeah. And I was able to tell the doctor or the physical therapist what he was talking about his hip. And of course, I was glad that I was there at that time because I was able to say that's his history, and they're like, oh, So, oh, I'm the, like, the awkward stranger, but suddenly I'm not the awkward stranger. I'm actually giving real, medical history issues and naming him. And then he was dizzy, and I was like, high blood sugar, or could be like that because he had that before. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to know what I'm talking about. I'm not supposed to know. Yeah, I already blocked her. Okay. Nobody's watching. I need people to be here. I need it. He did not get out. He's that person in California has control right now. And I don't know. I'm gonna pray though. I'm not gonna pray for bad things to happen to her in California. I'm just gonna pray that things go my way and I get a power of attorney and know how to do it and make sure that it never happens again. And then I'll unblock her and tell her how mutual it was. I was like, so I actually did have a good heart in thinking of her. She was my first contact when he went to the hospital. I told her because I was worried, and I will never do it again. They say Carrie, who's Carrie, and they mentioned the name Carrie, and he's like, who? And I'm like, it's just beautiful. And then to see that name, I'll check that board tomorrow to see if they write on it again with her number. They better not. I'm going to be mad and make a formal complaint if they write her number on that board again. They have her number. They don't need to write it on that board, or else I'm going to put that in a call center. I'm going to give that number as the call center's phone number. I'm going to scam bait. I'm going to do that. Because I can. Just like she can. Whatever she does. And I was like, he's got animals at home. And I was like, they got dehydrated too. I'm glad he didn't pick up on that. And then I said, but I'm gonna go back and feed the animals. They're okay. I've been here, but I've done this before. Except, it's so strange. I'm sure a lot of people go through this. The medical problems. Like my friend Debbie, she said that she went through this, and I was like, but you did get in control of your mom's care. She said, yeah. And I was like, how'd you do that? But I can't even remember what she said. I think I was just too angry because there were no options. And I was like, hell no. I'm not going to take no for an answer. So I said, I'm not going to take no for an answer. And I'm not going to speak to that person again. Let me give you that information. Let's see. She was really naughty. I literally thought she cared. And the nurse hears him say, I want to go home. I want to go home. And then the charge nurse says, he is confused. We cannot let him go. And I was like, no. Okay. Why, thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe YouTube knows that I need some therapy. I'm not going to reason with this person. I'm not going to give her any information. I wish I could delete her text messages from her phone. Can someone do that? Like, just wipe it out. Erase it. I need to get in touch with... Actually, I can't. They never... Oh. I would love to do some terrible things. Like... Oh, I'm naughty. I'm naughty. Naughty is the right word, but I did not mean to say naughty. I'm not in a... Oh, I'm in bed. Here I am giving her information. AMA. I was about ready to try that. I was like, I don't want to do this, but you know, can somebody come take out this catheter, because I really don't want, I don't want it to be like last time when he pulled it out, even though he did get discharged right after. My name was at the bottom of their list, but I'm gonna call earlier tomorrow so I can try and talk to the resource manager. I'm gonna read you word for word of this. Maybe not. It's a lot. Hi, it's Carrie. I'm on hold with the hospital. What happened? You didn't mention it in your message. I said he fell. We found him on the ground, disoriented. She says, do you know how long after he fell that you found him? I said no, but he was there all day, sadly. He fell once and apparently happened again very soon after. I think he must have had an injury affecting his balance. And here I am just feeding information. I said his vitals were good, but mind is a little rough. She says, so he fell another time and told you, but then fell again today? And since you don't stay there and you didn't know, and he was basically down all day without anyone knowing? I said no. He told my mom, and I heard bits and pieces, but yes, you are correct. Then she says, thank you for letting me know. The ER must be pretty busy because the nurse never came back on the line. I will call back in a bit for an update from them. Let me know when you get back there how things are going, please. And I said, I will. And she just said, thanks. And she said, hi. I'm sorry to text so late. 1:31 a.m. my time. It would be 10:31 p.m. her time. California. Anywho. Hi, sorry to text you so late. Are you at the hospital? I called again, and the nurse was busy, so she is supposed to be calling me back, but haven't heard anything. So I ended up going to there. I said, he is in the ICU talking. I am waiting for the nurse to come here to give passkey for HIPAA, and I will share it with you. Then I said, they are so busy. And I told her the room. And I said, that they told me, or this was a little later when they finally came in. I said, they told me they got in contact with you. So I said, great. Then she says, 5 minutes later, I did talk to them this morning finally. They did some blood work and they were waiting for results. Nurse said that he has kidney damage due to dehydration probably. Said he seems confused and a little malnourished. His liver enzymes are high. So again, I was asked if he is an alcoholic. And I said, my mom would like to call and check on him, and I am too afraid. Apparently, she and I are strangers. It is a good hospital, so I am glad they treated you with the respect because you deserve it. Feeding the snake again. Then she said, I am going to call for an update in just a bit. The doctor was going to see him this morning. I will give you an update after I talk to them. Then I said, is there a code so my mom can check on him via phone? I have his phone so she cannot change anything. Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much. I said he has no alcohol since the last hospital. No beer either. And I said I went through his trash to check. And I said the only reason I felt odd being over there was how he would think I was someone I don't want to be sometimes. But I will be able to clean far better than last time. She said, thank you. So at this point, I don't want there to be different people calling in. They know they have given the code to me, and I don't want them to question numerous calls with similar questions. I will check on him via phone and pass on the info. I know if you guys go there, they will probably let you see him. Obviously, I can't do that because you're in California, you stupid bitch. I said, at that time, I felt that way, sorta. I'm glad you are getting the news. I respect it, thank you. And then, so my mom goes and visits and calls, and as soon as she each time she does this. This piece of person from California says, so I guess you or your mom called. Not sure what info was given. He is still very confused. He was seen by a pulmonologist and they signed off. So they are good with him. The kidney doctor has come to see him and is still analyzing his chart. He will also see the hospitalist, yada yada. And then I told her a room he was in. I said she just called, but may have lied for info. I hope they intend to keep him long enough to fix his confusion. I also hope they don't rush him out. It sounded like they were doing that. As long as he is in that city, Brunswick, he, in my mind, has changed. He is better, even physical therapy. Then she said, I understand. You guys are there, and I am not. But I really would appreciate to be able to be the point of contact via phone. If you could please ask her to respect that. I asked her to see if he had prostate cancer, because that would explain a liver issue. And when I asked her that, well, actually I said, I think they need to scan for other issues due to falls. He will not be still and will pull out the catheter. And to be aware of that, I will call and ask if they are releasing him somewhere. He has a home and will have no problems, but I need them to know he won't stop and rest. I've had prostate problem. I think that was a typo. Obviously, he has prostate problem. I don't want them to think he has no home. Then she said, they did a CAT scan and saw no issues, stroke or otherwise. And I said, oh good, prostate can affect liver, right? She said, they can see how stubborn he is and they know he has a home. When the resource manager calls me, I will reiterate that, but I need to know if there is someone that can take care of him. I said he took no medications, so he is not used to the psych meds. And I said yes, in response to someone being able to take care of him. And she said, prostate only has an effect on the liver if there is cancer. I said, if you can ask them to call me, I can tell them if he is normal again. That's why I mentioned that. Liver is definitely not alcohol and is concerning. And I said, finasteride is for prostate. So I hope they check for cancer before he is released. And she says, I am not downplaying your concerns at all. I do know that you know him better than me at this time. but I promise I work in the medical field and am asking lots of questions. I will continue to push as there is something bigger going. I said, I know because you know your stuff. She said, how long has he been on the prostate meds? Do you know? I said, since he moved to Georgia. 2004, I guess. 20 years or so. Feeding the snake. She said, I need to get back to work. I will text you later. Then she says again, so I heard your mom went in today and possibly even talked to the resource manager. Manger is what she said. From my understanding, he definitely is not going to be able to go home and will probably have to go to a residential home, at least to start. Did your mom have any updates? I said, case manager needed your number, and I gave it to her. She said, well, I'm not sure what to do with that, especially since I am here. I have asked everyone at the hospital that I've talked to that they contact me, and it doesn't seem to work. It's sick. And then she says, the nurse even said that there is no way they will send him home in his condition. My name was at the bottom of their list. But I'm going to call earlier tomorrow so I can try and talk to the resource manager. The nurse did say, though, that there is no discharge date yet, so it won't be too soon. I said, they seem to contact nobody, it seems, if not you. She said, yeah, I don't get it. I said, how can this be made the most important thing? And I said, there is a portal where I never logged in. Wouldn't that be nice? If I could just reverse what she is doing with insurance. Because it's wrong what she's doing. She said, hi, so I deceived a link for some skilled nursing facilities. He needs occupational rehab and physical therapy, so I want to forward it to you and get your opinion. Then she lists some places. And she said, I have to go by the list of places that take his medical coverage. I was like, I have his medical cards. I have this stuff in my possession. How the heck does she go by some medical coverage, and what is she up to? she said, I gave her some suggestions. She says, like I said, she knows that my first requests are this and this, but no guarantees. It depends on if they have openings. And I said, I am clearing out the home so it actually is better for when he gets out. No obstacles, and he knows his way around. He sits at the computer most of the time. She said, that will be a bit. He needs to go through rehab and therapy, and he will be evaluated again regarding his confusion and whether he can take care of himself. I want him to be where he is most comfortable, which is at home, but I also want to make sure that he can take care of himself. The doctor did tell me that he was malnourished. So, did you live next door with your mom, or are you living somewhere else? I said, I live next door to Dave. And she said, oh, okay, I wasn't sure if you still live there. I said, well, it's like a few steps away. The food thing will not be a problem for sure. I said his cards were under his bed, and he may have been scared to tell us. She said, what cards? I said, my mom orders food, and that will never be a problem for him ever again. And I said, credit cards, insurance, ID. I said his refrigerator was empty. She said, that's not good. She said, I know he doesn't have much. She's full of it. She doesn't know, though. I know he doesn't have much, but I would hope he has enough to be able to pay for some food and drinks. Personal care stuff. How can he in the hospital? Please let me know if that is an issue. I ought to let her know to piss off. I said, oh, he has funds, but he probably was ashamed or scared to ask for help finding his card. He has funds for sure. And she doesn't want that. She thinks she may. I think she thinks she may. Okay, thanks. I just want to make sure he is taken care of. We have our differences, but he is still my father. And I want him taken care of the best he can be. I said, all his needs are definitely going to be met. I feel bad he didn't know where his cards were. He is stubborn too. She said he always has been. I know he is frustrated by his confusion and knowing a lot of things, but at least yesterday, before the doctor called me, she told him that she was calling his daughter and asked him what my name was, and he said Carrie. The doctor responded, yes, that is what I have written here. And there was more to it, but I don't want to click on it, I'll lose it. Then I said, yeah, I think he feels he has no answer, or he has to answer questions right in order to get out of there. She said, well, I do think he should know the basics, and he couldn't answer some of those. The doctor did mention the word dementia, which pissed me off. That's whenever my mom and I went speeding out of here. He has delirium. It's not dementia. But they don't listen to that. That's a big difference. It just has some of the same symptoms, but it's different. And a doctor said that. So when he's sick, he's confused. But I was mad when I read this. The doctor did mention the word dementia, as they also did 2 years ago. No, it was not like that. Anyway, but they are just talking about it, not saying he has for sure. So I got in contact with Dave's brother, and his brother wanted me to tell Carrie to call him. And then she said, did you already talk to him? Have you gone to see my dad or talk to him? I said, I'm with him now. She said, how does he seem? I said, are you doing this out of anger? He is not confused, and they claim he is. He was 2 days ago, though. She said, excuse me? I am doing what out of anger? And I said, do you want to talk to him? Delirium is what he has. They won't give very me and say, whatever that means. Then I took a picture of him for her, since she doesn't get to see him. I told her, I promise I will make sure he is not ignored like he was recently. He is so better, and we know you care. I get nervous. He looks so healthy. She said, I understand your feelings, but we need to do what is best for him. So let me talk to the doctor again and see what type of therapy is needed, what needs to be achieved for him to go home, and at some point he wants to leave, can he? I said, okay. Then she texted me today and said, so the most preferred place is no openings, but the one that we know nothing about accepted him. All they are doing right now is requesting authorization from his insurance. I talked to the nurse this morning, and she said he was a little confused about his daughter, stating that he was talking about his daughter, Carrie, but that he wanted to see me, and I was just down the road. He did get upset as at talk of him not going home after discharge. The doctor will be making rounds, and they anticipate between 12 and 1. So the nurse said she will try and call me when that is happening and have me on speakerphone to talk to him and the doctor. I said he wants to go home. I called him this morning and he said that I want to go home. That's what he said. And I told her that. She said, I understand that. Can he walk? Can he use the restroom on his own? Can he feed himself? Those are just a few of many questions I have. Can you answer any of those? I said, your lack of interest for 20 years was mutual. Alright, I'm going to send a number to my mannequin friend. If I can find her. Yeah, I'll paint some. Hello, how are you? clouds. Hey, Mom. Mama? Oh, I love making clouds. Especially these colors. So satisfying. Okay, I think I'm gonna go because she's fixed me something. I'll come out.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna eat for the first time in a decade. Just joking. Thank you all for coming. I'm surprised. I never get any viewers these days. And it makes me very excited to see that there are viewers anyway. The to-go box from Cracker Barrel is actually a brilliant idea. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and go.